Yo, y'all still tuned in there? Yes, sir. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man. You are tuned into the one and only Dirt Gang TV. And 2020 is approaching, but 2019 was a very intriguing year for battle rap. We had a lot of ups. We had a lot of downs. The polls in the last 2 months have been changing so much between the top 20 battlers of the year. This is crazy. I know Jay Black, man, he giving out those 10 racks, man, to the top battler of 2019. So everybody running polls out there, man. I ran my own poll. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it, man. We're not going to talk about all 20 because we did that. Right now is the fourth quarter. We in the final straw. No more battles going down. So now we're going to talk about in the top 10 battle raps and what is Smack Volume 5. Who did it help and who did it hurt? Yes, sir. Y'all ready? Christmas over, man. It's time to get back to work, man. Get up off that couch, man. You can't get this money and you ain't on that couch. Let's go, man. We rolling. Dirt Gang. Yikes. The side block, nigga. It's Curry Low, nigga.
You are now tuned into Bossman Tough Beats.
Y'all niggas already know what it is, man. Shout out from all the 30s, man. All the way from 35th and Edgecombe all the way to Crenshaw, man. Y'all already know what it is. 30s up, man. All the mafia, man. Side block shit. Let's get it, my nigga. I'm the best ever. I'm the nigga that I know y'all like, boy, you sound like you've been up forever. That's because I have been up forever. And it's super early right now. It is what it is. I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect. If not, cuz, put it in check. I'm up next. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man. You are tuned into the one, the only Dirt Gang TV, man. So, Smack Volume 5 was the last event of the year. It helped out a lot of people, but it also it didn't help out a couple of people. There was a lot of people who was in the top 10 who dropped out. There was a lot of people who was in the top 20 who dropped out completely. But a lot of people moved up, man. So without further ado, we're going to get into what I think some of the battles that helped and some of the battles that hurt. We're going to get into it right now. So first thing I want to do is just talk about the winners and losers of the first day of Volume. We're not going through the whole Volume 5 again and all that. We're not doing that. I do want to bring up a couple of battles, though. But first, you don't like the split, huh? Breakfast of Champions. But anyway, so Averb versus DNA. Upon first watch, I gave DNA the battle 2-1. But upon watching it 3 times, I watched the battle 3 times. I ended up changing it and I gave it to Averb 2-1. So I pretty much gave Verb the first, and I gave Verb, I edged him over the third, excuse me. Rum Nitty, Chilla Jones, that was a great battle. I do have Chilla Jones winning that battle 2-1. I gave it to Chilla on, I gave Rum the first and gave Chilla the second and the third. And yeah, I'm reading the notes. That's why I'm looking down my phone. Chess versus Arsenal. Upon first watch, I gave Chess the battle 2-1, second and third. Upon second and third watch, I end up switching and give the battle to Arsenal 2-1, with Arsenal winning the first and edging the second. You know, that's why you watch these battles a couple of times, because when you watch it on pay-per-view, it might seem like one thing, you know, the gas in the building and all that, even though this one didn't have too much gas. It's always, as a blogger, you should always watch a battle a second and third time before you give your final, you know, insight on it. Anyway, Twerk versus Av didn't go down. In this instance, we're going to talk about why it still helped out Av and kind of hurt Twerk a little bit. Geechee versus O-Red. I gave Geechee this, I watched this battle a couple times, so it was a good battle. I gave Geechee the battle 2-1. I got him edging the first and the second round, with O-Red taking the third, which is very weird because we all know Geechee for having the crazy third round. But I feel like a lot of people are going to debate this battle like they are the Arsenal and Chess battle. They're going to debate this one. O-Red 2-1, Geechee 2-1. You know what it is. Ace I Mean versus Swamp. I got Swamp winning this battle 3-0. Clear. Ace, I mean, choke. It was crazy. Sue Surf versus Reed Dollars. Upon watching this battle, I had Surf winning the first, and I had Reed winning the second and third. Upon watching this, I didn't watch this battle 3 times. I watched it twice. I did switch up. I feel like Surf had a short third round, but you know, I just got this thing, man, to where if somebody choke in a round, it's like you automatically lose the round unless you come back and have a killer round and the other dude just bombs completely. So that's why this battle was kind of a toss-up. But I can see people, you know, I can see people just switching it back up all the time. So that was the whole day one right there. Day two, there's only one person in a whole day two who, well, it's 2 people now. Somebody moved on up in the top 20. But there's only 2 people in the whole day two that where they even in the top. So with that being said, we're not even going to talk about day two. What I am going to say is I feel like Jerry West, as far as the top 20, he's not in the top 10. He's definitely not talked about of being the battler of the year 2019. But he's definitely moved up to the top 20. Jerry West been getting slept on for a long time. Me, a lot of other bloggers have been saying it for a long time. I remember talking to Jerry West in the Strike 2.5 event. You know, had a nice little long talk, you know, after he came up the stage from battling. And I mean, you know, cool dude, just slept on, you know, he's the Eric Bledsoe of the league. You see what I'm saying? Just nice, just slept on, you know, could definitely put up the points. It is what it is. So I feel like he moved up to being in a lot of people's top 20 for Battle of the Year, but not quite there. But anyway, so we ran a lot of polls. We ran a lot of battle rap polls. So let's be for real, right? Jay Black is the only person that's giving out the money. The people who donated, like myself, have the option to vote in these pools. Well, had the option to vote in these pools. But this is just, you can run your own pools through Facebook, Twitter. You don't have to go by that one. But that one is the most accurate one, in my opinion. And this is something that the fans do vote on. So what they had was, right, and this is in no specific order. So when I ran it, I did top 10 with a close 11 coming in. So what happened was it was the top 11. So, you know, the 10 and 11 was so close, it was crazy. So the names on it was Geechee Gotti, K-Shine, Av, Danny Myers, Ill Will, JC, Chess, Rum Nitty, Averb, Twerk, and Franchise. Those was the names that came up as far as top 10, with the 10 and 11th person being in the top. So, previous, back, you know, a couple of blogs ago, I gave y'all what I thought was my top 20. Pools ran, gave y'all what I thought was my top 20. We talked about it a little bit. Now looking at it, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. So we're going to get into it. We're going to go with the polls say, and we good to go. Coming in at a strong number 11, which was a tie for number 11, was New Jersey Twerk. So I know what a lot of people going to say. New Jersey Twerk has been all year in and out the media, in and out the battle rap media for good stuff and bad stuff. Twerk, as usual, always battles a lot. For the most part, you always get a good twerk. Whether he fully wrote for it, you know, this year was a good year as far as battling for twerk. Not too many stumbling bumbles. He did run out on a couple of bags, which was the controversy that was surrounding him. The thing with DNA too, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on with twerk, you know. what just happened in, this month ago with his uncle and his pops. It was a lot of stuff that's involving Twerk. So I feel like from a straight battle perspective, he should definitely be in the top 10. It was just too much controversy surrounding him this year to put him, as far as right there. As far as like taking battles and then not, showing up for battles and, showing up for battles, but, right before. It was a lot. There was a lot. But Twerk can get away with doing that because one thing you're not going to get from him, you're not going to get a lackluster performance from him. I gotta see him choke and still have good performances, if that makes sense. But anyway, ran the polls. New Jersey Twerk came in at a strong number 11. Now, this surprised me a lot because when we first read this pool, this guy was like number 6 or something like that. Coming in at a top for 10th and 11th with a strong number 10 was Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty done dropped down to number 10. So, I done said it before. Rum Nitty, beginning of the year, at the top. But towards the summer, towards the end of the year, it just took a slope. Took a decline. A lot of people done talked about it. He had a lot of great battles this year. So the fact that he's still in a lot of people top 10, of course. I don't really think, when Nitty drops out of people top 10, now you're talking about he might be slipping off. But that being said, this is not what I think. I would have put him up a little higher, but it's just like with the people that's coming up, who can you really put him, who can you really put him over? So I like what the fans did with this poll, but Rum Nitty, good beginning of the year, took a little down slope. I mean, at this point, it's just like it's the end of the year. It is what it is. Had a great battle with Chilla Jones. A lot of people gave Chilla Jones that battle. I feel like Chilla had the mystery factor. You didn't know what Chilla you was going to get. So being that you got a great Chilla, a lot of people just edged in the battle. But Rum Nitty had a great performance. So with that being said, Rum Nitty came in at a strong number 10. I feel like next year he's definitely going to try to be in that top 2 or 3 talks. So depending on, because I mean, let's be for real. It wasn't like he had like a bad year or anything like that too. I don't see anybody talking crazy like, oh, Rum don't deserve this, yada, yada. I don't see anybody getting like that. They trying to do that with JC right now, but I really don't get why. But anyway, Rum Nitty, number 10. So coming in at a strong number 9, Franchise. Yes, sir. So Franchise is one of the new names that's been coming up. I seen Franchise to where in the beginning pools he wasn't mentioned. Then towards like the middle of the year, people was putting him in like 20, 19, that area. Then around October, he moved up to like, 15, 14, 13. And it's just like now, I mean, I'm going to be honest. This was close for even number 9 as far as with the number 8 person. So shout out to Franchise. That only say that you're just getting better and better. A lot of people are messing with your content. The better you get, the more followers you're going to have, the more fans you're going to have, the bigger bags you're going to get to where you can just start asking for, all right, I want this person. And they're not going to say, he not ready. I told y'all before, Franchise is somebody who y'all don't want to jump in front of right now. It's a couple of people. Y'all better stop calling Jon Jon out. I'm telling you, Jon Jon the Don, y'all better stop calling that man out, man. I'm telling you, it's going down. But anyway, Franchise. Y'all don't want to mess with Franchise. Y'all don't want to see Franchise, man. I'm telling you. So I feel like he's had a great year this year. Debatably, probably no losses. So it's just, the level of competition he had this year was good for his standpoint, but it wasn't like champion of the year competition. So that being said, I got Franchise in. Well, the polls got Franchise in at number 9. All right. And speaking of the man, the myth, the legend himself, coming in at number 8, Jon Jon the Don. So I feel like, all right, here's what I'm going to say, right? Averb was in the number 8 spot for like a while. When he first, when I ran a poll after he beat Mook and Lux, a lot of people had him as the top battler of the year. But This goes to show you that one like lackluster performance, especially when you haven't really battled a lot, could really go the opposite way. So Aver dropped from number 8 to number 12. But we're not doing top 12. That's why I didn't, mention it in the morning. But I want to mention it in the morning because, that was a big leap. The Jon Jon came from 12 to number 8. It was very weird. You see what I'm saying? So Jon Jon the Don is number 8. Me personally, I would have put Jon Jon a little bit higher in the polls, but this is the fans poll. It is what it is. Told y'all, Jon Jon, stay out that man way. A lot of y'all calling that man out on Twitter. I'm telling you, he should be like DNA. I feel you on a PG killer. But lately, this guy has really been the PG killer. He's been the vet killer. He's been this last year, you can't really, it's only one battle to where you can really debate he lost. Jon Jon killed everything this year. I see him take steps. Him, Dre Dennis, Jerry West, Chilla Jones. I see them 4 people take a lot of big steps this year into stepping up their game to another level, which a lot of people was expecting them to do. Especially Dre Dennis and Jerry West. Expectations was high for them. So now they just starting to reach those peaks. So with that being said, I feel like Jon Jon the Don is probably gonna move up high if he stay on the same trail he's on right now. But stay out of that man way. Y'all better stop calling him out. He is getting people careers out of here. Jack Boy Maine is on life support. In that game, in Fortnite, when they shoot you and you just crawling on the floor, and you in that life support, and you see somebody running in, you like, yeah, go my teammate. He about to pick me up. He start building the wall, but you got that's Jack Boy Man. Short lifespan. The short Fortnite lifespan. I'm telling you, man, that shit is crazy. But anyway, man, Jon Jon the Don, man. Shout out to you, man. Came in number 8 in the polls. I feel like you should have been a little higher, but I feel like you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get a little higher. It is what it is. Number 7, none other than any ill will towards ill will. Papa still. Ill will. Good year. Slept on year. A lot of people not even talk about ill will. Wow, what is going on in here? Let's be for real, man. Ill will has never been one to play around. Ill will is one of them people to where if he feel like he can gain something from that battle, he got a vendetta against that person, or he got something to prove, he's going to come with 110%. But if it's just a battle for the bag, he ain't got no quarrel with that person, I don't even like watching it sometimes. Let's be honest. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But ill will, very dangerous. Very dangerous when he got a point to prove. So this year, he took a lot of battles where he had a point to prove. And won most of them. So this is the reason why a lot of people had him at number 7. Real battle rappers, real battle rap fans know what ill will has been doing. Consistently. This year, it's just been a little bit more consistent than usual. Me personally, I felt like he could have moved up a little bit higher in this one, but I feel like next year he's definitely about to be getting bigger bags, bigger names. I feel like you put ill will versus anybody, if it's not a headliner, it could definitely be one that's going to sell tickets. I know you ill will versus a lot of these people out here I want to see. A lot of rematches ill will can do. Let's be for real, man. So shout out to Ill Will for having a great year. It's just once you get into this top 6, top 5, it gets a little shaky because all these people just had phenomenal time. So when Jay Black ran his poll, he had Geechee Gotti, Kayshawn, Av, Danny Myers, Ill Will, and JC as his top 6 on his poll. As y'all see, I had Ill Will at number 7, so it would be impossible for me to have him, well, my poll, have him inside of the top 6. So it was somebody who, if my poll came in the top 6, that didn't come in what's the name's top 6. But I like that. I don't want people to think I'm just out here just copying over J Black and all that. So this is good. That's why I mentioned it. So number 6, JC. JC. So JC had a good year. JC battled a lot more than he usually do this year. Only problem is JC has battled on a lot of these smaller leagues, and it's kind of hurt him a little bit. Like last year, right? Last year, everybody was saying you got to give him Lux. You got to give him Lux. Got to give him Lux. Got to give him Lux. I mean, he was just like super pen. I feel like after B Dot, it was just over. And like it was, everybody was just talking about giving, but it's just like this year, the people who you battling haven't really like inspired you to go out there and just start cooking. So lately, it's been like you really haven't been cooking to where people like, oh, we got to give him Lux now. Like last year, what? You got to give him Lux. Look how he cooking. You got to give him Lux, regardless of how good or bad or how much Lux was battling. That's all everybody was saying. Versus you got to give him B Dot. Got that out the way. Then it was like, you got to give him Lux. But now it's just like, it's just been kind of, it's not your performances. Not your bars, it's your opponents. The opponents just been lackluster. So, I understand. You don't want to super write something crazy for you. I understand how I go. The bag is the bag. If you need money, you want to take anything. So trust me, I understand. But it kind of hurt your not really your brand, but it's just far as your what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of hurts your credibility to be able to stand in the ring with the Luxes and the Surfs. But I think you could. It's not your pen. It's just, are you going to write and are you going to be super dedicated like you was in past battles the way you super cooking all 3 rounds? So that's what I feel like Surf and Lux is saying when they was talking about that. But overall the year, you had a good year. A good year. So them having you at number 6, I don't have no quarrel with it, man. Shout out to you, JC, man. And I'm pretty sure next year, you might end up those 4 names you named. You get those 4 names and you beat those 4 names, what? Instantly. There's nobody who can't say you ain't champion of the year. I don't care. Somebody would have to battle 8 people and there had to be 8 greats and beat all 8 greats to beat those 4, So any way you put it, man, you get those 4 names, you cook those 4 names, you definitely got battle of the year, man. For 2020. Shout out to JC. Coming in at number 5 this year, well-deserved. It's Chess. Chess coming in at strong number 5. Well-deserved, Chess. Polls early in the year, they probably didn't even have you in the top 30, 40. Started battling, not choking. They like, all right, cool. He doing better, but let's see if he can stay consistent with it. Then once you came consistent with it and started what? I feel like when you came out with that, you bring up anything past tense, you sucking mad. 3 words, I'm back, bitch. And I feel like once you came out with that, and then that performance, that was like the solidification that I'm back. Chess is back. And every performance after that has been great. So I feel like you're number 5 because you had a great comeback year. This is something that everybody was expecting when you was younger. What? How is this guy coming up with these lines? This guy's like 15, 16, 17. Like, people knew what you can do. It's just your preparation before. You just, like now you can tell you're not taking it for a joke. You know you could be one of the top people in battle rap, and now you start to embrace it and take it serious. Stuff like this happens. People got you in their top 5, top 10, top 7. Next year, keep going the way you're going. Now people got to have you inside their top 2, top 3. Maybe even the winner. So I like what you've been doing this year. That 2-on-2 was great. Nothing to get. Nobody's even told. Listen, let's be for real. Loaded Hollows won. But nobody really running around saying Chess and Rock lost. Y'all had a great performance. It's just Lux and And Hollow just did some unheard of shit. That being in the mountain shit was like that whole robot scheme in that round, in the second round, and then the gray hoodie Lux in the third. It was too much to deal with for anybody. I don't see anybody, if they keep having performances like that, I don't see anybody beating them. Somebody would have to match that. The only people I see match antics like that is Kayshawn and DNA. That's it. But I mean, they just had a lot. So it was nothing against y'all though. Nobody took nothing from y'all. Y'all had a great performance. Y'all, that was a double win in that, what's the name? That was like the best 2-on-2 battle I've ever seen before. But shout out to you, Chess. Well deserving of the number 5 slot, man. It is what it is, man. So, number 4. None other than the bar god. Danny Myers. Daddy! I know you tight. A lot of people think, especially after that 3-0 by Hollow. I know what you're thinking. I need to be number 1, number 2. But I'm gonna be honest with you. People could have you in their top 3. I just feel like the people who are above you, they just did a lot this year. They just did a lot this year. And even though one of the top 3 didn't battle as much as the other ones, the record is just, you just can't debate it. But Danny Myers, I like what you did this year. You had a couple of unusual chokes this year. Some you haven't done in the past. So 2019, it was a good year for you, but I feel like without you choking, you would have won those 2 battles. You would have. I think you would have did it. But with that being said, too, I feel like those chokes, because you're not somebody who chokes at all, I feel like those kind of hurt you. So that's why people had you in at number 4, which is not bad. It's just you had a great year. You know, this is that year to where you've been building that team up for 4 or 5 years, and y'all finally good enough now to where y'all made the playoffs last year, but this year y'all making a good run. That's you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Danny Myers number 4. I respect it. I wish you would have just been, you know what I'm saying, just a little higher, but it is what it is, man. You know what you got to do next year, man. I don't see Danny Myers going nowhere. He aged like Vince Carter. He going to be in the league forever. Yeah, I know what it is, man. The bar god, number 4. Coming in at number 3. Surprising number 3. But not surprising because this guy been having a great year. Shark City Ave. What? They like Ave number what? Yo, listen. Just the fact that he even got New Jersey Twerk, I feel like that would have been probably the battle of the night. If Twerk would have came, he said he had 3 rounds written too, sitting on 3 great rounds. And the way Ave has been going, I felt like that would have been a super good battle. But didn't happen, so we can't really go off of that. But I felt like what that did for just giving Av that name, that helped him because people see the direction he was going in. And the polls was kind of even with him and Twerk. It was no clear poll saying, oh, Twerk was like the clear favorite or Av was the clear favorite. A lot of people had Twerk slightly edging in the polls with predictions on the battles. But that being said, Av, well-deserving, has been cooking. His was the opposite. His beginning of the year, like, it wasn't like going on a down slope. It was just going up. It was going up. And it's just the names he was getting. He went from getting like mediocre names, just mid-tiers, the way it's just like top tier, top tier, top tier. He was just killing everybody. He was killing all the top tiers. So a lot of people going to say, oh, Av don't deserve to be number 3. If you don't got Av in your top 5 this year, something wrong. Something wrong. Gotta have Av in your top 5. Last year, a lot of people had him in the top 10. Nobody had him in the top 5. This year is the exact opposite. Av number 3, well-deserving. Shout out to you, man. Shark City, keep doing what you do. Coming in at number 2. This guy battled a lot last year. This year, not so much. But between the last 2 years, only had pretty much one debatable loss. We talking about 2 years. We talking about 2 years. I feel like last year, I'm going to be honest, I feel like last year he should have won it. But when your last battle is against the person who you going up the running with, and that person debatably wins, it's forcing the hand of the person to give it to you. If you beat me 4 times in the regular season, but I end up beating you in the playoffs, your regular season wins don't matter at all. That's what happened with K-Shine, number 2, K-Shine. K-Shine was good. I feel like if he didn't battle Geechee Gotti towards the end of the battle, anybody else that had a debatable, he would have definitely took that. Especially if Geechee Gotti battled at the end of the year and lost. But this year he hasn't battled as much, but he was battling more towards the beginning of the year than towards the end of the year. But still didn't lose. Still didn't lose. So a lot of people, you gotta have K-Shine once again in your top 3 for the battles that he took. He's not ducking nobody. B, the amount of top tiers he took. And C, debatably won all of them. So if you debating K-Shine being in your top 2, 3, something wrong. See what I'm saying? Yeah, it's had been more people that battled a little bit more than him. But he's the only person this year I could say probably besides franchise that haven't really had a loss. A lot of people saying Geechee Gotti. A lot of people saying Geechee Gotti only loss was against A-Ward. But this year, a couple of debatables. But as far as K-Shine goes, Poe got him in that number 2. It is what it is. And of course, number 1, I know y'all done figured it out, man, this Geechee. So, Geechee almost in the same boat as K-Shine. Only clear loss people said Geechee had in his career, even though it's not a long career. In his career is A-Ward. I kind of agree. Couple of debatables, yes. Especially with Surf, like, you know, that's what Surf holding his head on right now. He said he beat Geechee but lost to Reed. Like, it's crazy. So, other than that, Geechee Gotti been battling a lot. That's why I feel like a lot of people have him over K-Shine in this poll again. Because he's battled more than K-Shine. The level of competition has been the same. Geechee's level of competition might have even been a little harder. But this year, only debatable loss really Surf. That's really the only like debatable loss people was really talking about. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I mean, it's like 2 or 3 out there that people are debating that saying he you know, was a debatable battle. But a loss, people only saying right now, the only clear loss was A-Ward. Debatable loss, Sue Surf. Couple close ones out there, Chess. See what I'm saying? But I do feel like Geechee Gotti could do the repeat on this one. It's like when you got somebody who has a perfect record, being K-Shine, and you know you want to have a perfect attendance record, but yours might be a little shaky, you should go battle a little more. That's it. So that's what he did. He battled a little bit more. So a lot of people going to debate, say, well, you know, he could have lost this year. He could have lost twice this year. Some people going to say he lost twice this year. Some people going to say he lost once. Some people going to say he lost none. To where with K-Shine, that's not really a talked about or issue. It is what it is, debate. Now, listen, what I'm going to do is, right before Jay Black announces his, I'm going to do a blog on who I think are my top 5 battlers of 2019. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick a winner who I think should win it, who should win it all. Because there's going to be no more battles happening. The next battle event, I think, is the Queen of the Ring event happening on like January 11th. So 2019 is over. It is what it is, man. I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect. If not, cuz, put it in check. I'm up next. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man. You've been tuned in to the one, the only Dirt Gang TV. And if you been here before, man, you know what it is, man. And if you're new to the channel, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, man, and tune into Frankie Smacks channel. At Frankie Smacks on Instagram, Frankie Smacks on YouTube, and of course, Frankie Smacks on Facebook. He is the CEO of Side Block Records, man. We are working. So, you know what it is, man. You like the content, man. There's more coming, man. Tune into the Harlem Smiley story. Crips and Bloods in New York. Tune into the Kush Break, man. We got a lot of different content on here, man. I know what it is, man. So, you like the content, man, hit the thumb. Turn it from white to blue. And if not one, put up two, man. Dirt Gang, we rolling, man.